Last of Us season premiere reaction, whatever.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back with another reaction with our new format, reacting for the season premiere. You'll see us again at halftime, and
AKA the mid-season.
Exactly, for the mid-season, and then you'll see us again for the finale. This is The Last of Us, as you know. I mean, if you are listeners, if you are
your OG listeners,
OGs, you know that me and Mark love this game. It's one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
And it's finally getting a show. You know, we were a bit skeptical. You know, some feelings were had about, you know...
When we heard it was HBO.
Yeah. But when we heard it was HBO and that Neil Druckmann was involved...
I'm there.
Yeah, we exhaled a bit. Thanks for coming through and chilling. Stick around for our review of it. And yeah, vamos.
To evolve to be able to withstand higher temperatures. But what if that were to change? What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer? Well, now there is reason to evolve. One gene mutates, and an Ascomycetia, Candida, ergot, Cordyceps, Aspergillus, any one of them could become capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us. Billions of puppets with poisoned minds, permanently fixed on one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive.
Fire. I'm there.
We're here. It took like about 5 minutes.
That was a fantastic opening scene.
Yeah, 1968, now it's 2003. Okay.
Fantastic.
Including my eggshells.
You got 7 minutes.
Your t-shirt's inside out.
Shit.
Lambong.
Keep losing it.
Oh.
All day.
Oh shit!
Be right there.
What? Oh no. Whoa. Turn around! God damn!
Hey, Mrs. Adler, could I borrow this? Oh.
Yo.
Yeah, sure.
She. Yo, this is.
I got real scared for a second.
Yo, like, and the game, I'm not used to the game being scary either. I'm not really scared with the game.
I get scared with the game.
I don't.
When we're crouching around corners and shit in the dark with a flashlight on, looking around, fucking see. Precision airstrike. Somebody got a 5-kill streak. Oh shit.
Mrs. Adler?
Guys, I get really scared very easily. So
Mrs. Adler?
whatever noises come out of my mouth, I'm so sorry for the next hour and a half. Oh god. Oh! Jeez. She moonwalked in that blood shit. Oh, hold on. What do you say? Help me. Yep. Wow. Whoa. Wait, is that hair or is that...
That's the fucking cordyceps coming out of her mouth.
Oh shit!
It's actually feeding. The virus is actually feeding.
Run!
Get in the truck! Right now! Move! Move!
Clapped herself.
Shoot!
Hold that! Fuck out of here. Man, hand down, man down.
Denise, you get back inside the house! You lock your doors now! Come on, get in!
We're leaving, but you get back inside.
Go faster! Go! Where the fuck you going? Find the ladder! Just keep driving.
Dad?
Shit! Move! Move!
Oh!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're not sick. Sir. We are not sick!
Oh god.
Oh, man. Pedro Pascal.
Robert, what do you want?
I want you to forget this ever happened.
Done.
It's not.
Don't do that.
What? It's just a truck battery. I paid you for it, you sold it to someone else, and you spend my money. I mean, you think I've never done shit like that?
My guys fucked you
You
up.
just discipline them. You cut off her finger or whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, they're your fucking guys.
Oh, shit.
What about your guy?
Let's go!
Wow.
Door
He
goaded!
answers to me. So I give
Dr.
him
Carr,
Yeah.
baby! What's
Oh,
up?
she-
Oh! Oh!
Lap
That one
City.
that one got fucked up. She's like, oh, man. I wish I was still a psychologist.
Bro.
I wish I was still in the basement of the FBI working.
This is what happens when you fall in love with Holden. He's Holden. About somebody that's horrendously down bad before the show even starts.
Eminem?
Your friend?
You're getting washed.
Where I don't want anything. But if you're feeling lost,
Tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.
That's basically Logan. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
because it's
Oh, the camera angle is changing.
I know. It's all just quick time events. Oh shit. Fuck. Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Slapped her.
Where are the crosshairs?
Yo, this remake is crazy, bro.
Move!
Oh. Flashbacks, bro. Square, 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 square.
L1 to sprint.
Oh,
Oh, that did not happen in the game.
let's go. You got the
He
extended
washed
mag.
him.
You got the extended mag with the ACOG scope, bro.
Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Yes, sir.
About to go down.
As always.
You know those old mixtapes like back in the Trapaholics mixtapes. hip hop bangers, and it's like that for like 5 fucking minutes of a 6-minute song. It's like what the fuck, or like a 3-minute song. You don't even hear the actual song. Hip
Yeah, that's fucking Funkmaster Flex in New
banger.
York. Like he would just drop bombs like in the middle of every song. Like
it's like we're trying to hear the song, bro.
Like imagine when Junior starts talking every pod for now, and I'm just like.
Podaholics mixtape. Okay.
The Last of Us HBO. They're going crazy, baby.
Yo, guys, we just got finished with the first episode of The Last of Us on HBO Max. We filmed our reaction, and now we're gonna talk about it. Perfect. And that's it.
That's the synopsis.
That's the synopsis of what we
super
think.
spoilers ahead.
So, guys,
spoilers ahead.
If you did watch the reaction and like, you're like, oh, how come they keep saying they know what's gonna happen? We play the games. Obviously, we just want to put that out there, just so everybody knows. We played the games.
We are
loved it, and I think
heavily cursed with knowledge.
Yes, and we stated it in the beginning of the reaction, whatever. But man, like.
Initial thoughts.
Okay, initial thoughts is that this is going to be the best video game adaptation ever made. Not that that's an incredibly high bar to clear, but
it isn't a high bar to clear, but it's fucked for anything coming out after this.
Yeah, it like this is going to be like no, but in a way, I hope this is something that kind of sets the tone for people, where it's like for studios in general.
It's not just a game.
Exactly. It's not some stupid, quote, video game thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is something that you can actually, if you put the money in, and not just the money, obviously. You have to get people who are passionate about the project. And that doesn't mean you have to follow the source material
to a T.
Yeah. That does not mean that. So that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying things like, you can change things, but don't be like as like we say, it sounds so easy. It sounds like we think it's easy, but just make it good. If you're gonna change things, make it good.
Yeah, we have a pretty kind of common ground in terms of what we want out of it.
Yeah,
especially if it's something that we're familiar with.
Yeah, and they fucking nailed this episode 1, absolutely nailed. And at the end of the episode, if anyone watched, there was a preview of like the rest of the season, and it looks like they're gonna nail the whole thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna keep the same kind of intensity throughout.
That's what we love, man. Like, if the story's good, that's all I fucking care about, man. And man, they killed it.
Is there anything in terms of characters that you think they might have elaborated on better or did
they
better than
they did in the show?
No, yeah, like what about? All right, let's kind of do it in a more concise way where we're kind of comparing what happened in the game to what's going on so far in the show.
Okay.
So far from what we kind of did spend a little bit of time in the quarantine zone in the first game.
Yeah.
But that was initially like kind of like the first maybe 20 minutes of the game, and then you're already outside of Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing that is going to be great. Wow, that's actually such a funny picture.
Wow.
It kind of symbolizes the whole show. I think you might have said it, right? So like, because it's a show, we're not getting just one perspective, right? Where then we have to kind of work on it from there. Like what we think is going to happen. We're getting every single perspective of like relevant characters. So like we'll see, Ellie chained to the radiator.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll see Joel and Tess.
Yeah.
I can't even forget her name.
Oh, and by the way, guys, precursor, I'm currently replaying the PS5 remaster and he's currently playing Last of Us Part 2. So like we're like on opposite
Yeah, we're
spectrums
replaying
of the
like,
story.
So and it's all and throughout the reaction, you might see us here like, oh my god, because things are just like connecting.
Narratively,
yes, and again, we don't know if that's where they're gonna go. So we don't even want to say it. If you haven't played the games, we definitely recommend you play the games, both 1 and 2, because 2 is amazing and so is 1.
Yeah.
Both masterpieces. And so back to the difference in like the show and in the video game, right? So it's like in the video game you have only one thing to focus on. You're Joel.
It's from Joel's perspective. Yeah.
So like but seeing it from everywhere else, it's like it does give you just the characters, you know. It gives you more of it, more of these amazingly written characters. But and then it's portrayed by amazing actors.
Yeah, like the cast is great so far.
Cast is fucking stacked, bro. I mean, you guys saw my Mindhunters is like one of my all-time favorite shows, guys. So when you saw my mind explode, seeing I think her name is Anna Torv. Anna Torv.
Yeah, Anna Torv.
She was in Mindhunter. If you've seen it, you know who she is. She's Dr. Carr. Smoked it in that and smoked it in this so far. And everyone's just been doing a great job, and I want to give a shout out as well to Joel's daughter.
Yeah. Sarah. Yeah.
That's always that's like such a tough role, because it's like you have to get the audience to kind of be super invested into you with less than an episode of screen time.
Yeah, but that they don't know about.
They don't know about.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, like, and we knew obviously what was going to happen. Those who have played the game know, unfortunately, what's going to happen to Sarah. You know, I still think that it's very difficult, you know, because I think because for us, it's something that we know when we play the games already.
Yeah.
There's going to be people watching this who didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, I kind of envy them. You know what I mean? Like,
because they get to experience that for the first time, but through a different kind of perspective.
But it's also nice for us too, because this isn't like a book. This isn't the same thing as like a book, or you know, book to movie or book to show.
This is video game to show.
It's a video game to show because we only got one perspective. We got Joel's perspective.
Yeah,
so for us, this is gonna be like watching it. There's gonna be things that we obviously didn't see and didn't know before.
Yeah. Like the opening, the cold open.
Right. That add and expand
the world. Bro. Yeah.
And
it's
like
crazy world building.
And it's like, I love it. And let's talk about that opening scene. Mwah!
Bro, the dude said, "Yo, if the planet were to warm up," and me and Mark looked at each other like,
I was like, "This is one of the warmest winters we've had in a while, isn't it?" Oh God.
Yo. Oh, by the way, guys, disclaimer: if anybody you do know has shown symptoms of cordyceps infection,
no, don't. Yo. No, don't. But quarantine.
Yeah, quarantine for sure.
Chain yourself to a radiator.
Yeah, but dude, like speaking of differences between game and show, we still kind of don't know what the infection is, how it started, how it spreads. We're still pretty much in the dark about it.
Mm-hmm. Even with the video games, like you're still kind of in the dark about it a little bit.
Yeah, in the game, you have no idea
first
how.
and two.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a great direction for a potential third one if they were to ever do that.
Yeah.
Because with a team up between one person and another person would go crazy.
Right. Let's save that for later on. Let's save that for later on. Let's save that for our spec talk segment.
Yeah, I know.
Because
that's gonna be spec talk at the end of season 2. I think this get greenlit for season 2 already?
It did. Let's confirm it.
I could be bugging.
Let's confirm it. But you know, touching on other things that differentiate from the game and the show, for sure how the virus actually visually looks on people. How you have their face actually looking a bit different, and the actual cordyceps coming out of their mouth, and it looks like it's actually feeding off of like whatever they're eating on and shit. Mm-hmm. Like how we saw the old lady. Yes. Freaking pressing triangle by that.
No, but and you know what it is? It's kind of like it's so good because it can play on those things that I like about like I guess some horror movies. So like what was the one Haunting of Bill Bly or no
The Haunting of Hill House
on Netflix. Did you see that?
No.
So there are moments where everything's fine, and in the background you'll just see something that creeps you the fuck out.
Oh,
and you'll get uneasy and tense, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" That's shit that I love because it's not pop-up scenes scare the shit out of me, you know. But like,
so you're not a jump scare fan.
I don't love them.
Yeah.
Because it scares the shit out of me. You know what I mean? I guess if it does its job, but it's just like it's just kind of cliche at this point because it's just everything is jump scares. And obviously, you need jump scares in horror movies, obviously.
Yeah.
But those just creepy things, like when she was in the house and she was just like,
bruh,
the old lady was like, you see it and you're like
succumbing to the virus, basically. Yeah.
And then also, when she was at the watch store and you saw 2 cop cars drive by, a fire truck, and then a fucking armored truck, and you're like, whoa, one of those things is not like the others, you know? Like, what the fuck is going on? You see this slight escalation, fire truck, police, fire truck, then a fucking armored truck.
On as above, so below. So like even when Sarah was looking up at the sky, you see all these planes, and then
precision airstrike.
It goes. Somebody called in a precision.
Somebody got a 5-kill streak, called in a precision, and that was it.
No, but before that, we saw helicopters.
And helicopters, yes.
And then we saw the fighter jets, and then it escalated to now we see fucking 747s flying at sky, like right above the street. Like it was absolute chaos.
And it that again, up till like between the opening scene and when they were in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. They did you know, they're staying loyal to the source material. You can kind of get that feel.
Dude, there's some moments are spot on.
Yeah, like literally
like, legit.
Word and quote.
Yeah.
But then they're also showing you we're not afraid to go out of like it kind of leaves people like us kind of like almost uneasy. We're like, wait, what's going on?
Exactly.
You know? And I love that.
Yeah.
Because I still would watch this show if they did it like that. But it's like, it's better when it's like, when you give everybody the chance to say, I'm watching this for the first time. Obviously, we know some things are going to happen, some things aren't.
Yeah.
But overall, there's still things that we're going to get that are new. And I just love that.
It just sucks that, you know, just being cursed with knowledge about it.
I know. We're trying so hard to censor ourselves because we're not trying to say anything.
Yeah.
If you're a first-time viewer of the show, we're not going to say something that you're going to be like, well, fuck. Now I know that's going to happen. Because that's not going to happen.
This is a tough subject to tackle. This is really tough, man.
Like imagine, guys. Like, it's almost like. I would say Game of Thrones, but it's like Game of Thrones is like very that was like seasons and seasons and seasons long.
Yeah, but the source material
is relevant, right? So I guess it's like you know what's gonna happen in Game of Thrones, but you're talking about season 1, episode 1.
I know, but this is drastically different, bro. Because like the thing about video games and their adaptations is that what makes the video game experience is that you're in control of the narrative the majority of the time. Like you kind of control how fast and how slow the story is paced. You control the amount of time you invest in it. Mm-hmm. This is completely different.
Right.
Like we are the audience. Like that's simply it. Like
Right.
like
It's
I was
happening.
fucking around holding the remote and shit.
Yeah.
But
Oh
like,
yeah, that was funny.
Like
yeah.
like
Square. We have to edit that. You have to edit that in. You have to edit that in. At that time where he's punching, you have to edit that in. Square.
Guys, this
Square.
like the game is legit like one long cutscene in a movie that is interactive somehow, but now the show is equally as gripping and investing.
Yeah.
Just based off of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that the director said that was really profound, and he was like, you have Joel whose sole purpose is to protect who he loves, which is his daughter, who has something to live for. And you have Ellie, who has kind of not felt protected or felt that kind of
well, he didn't say that.
I know he didn't say that, but
it kind of left me with like almost a feeling like she
unease.
was like, huh?
Of unease, right?
Yeah, where she was like, we're talking about guys are talking about the post episode like
like the post credit breakdown
the
that
last
they
few
do.
minutes of the episode. So if you haven't watched it, go watch that. But he said like
Ellie liked it.
Ellie liked it.
That she was like, punishing somebody for almost hurting her.
And it was like almost like a and I get it, yeah, from that point of view it does make sense, but also I don't know, just the way he was talking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you guys felt the same way, whoever's watched it, comment down below, let me know. But it seemed almost like sinister. Like almost like,
well, yeah, because you have like, now.
I'm like, wait.
Yeah, it is something really to think about, because remember, bro, like this is not a black and white kind of narrative here. This is very gray, because you have Joel who knows what he's done during these 20 years with Tess.
Yeah,
like
bad shit
to stay alive and survive out here. And in part one of the game, you know, I could kind of speak on this without spoiling much, but Joel's. Actually, like, this is actually great that I'm actually replaying it, because I could see, like, his perspective starting out. Joel is just about, currently, he's just about surviving and staying afloat, and clearly he's trying to reconnect with Tommy, which is also another difference.
He hasn't heard from him in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's very worried.
And, you know, Tommy going dark is an issue, because that's also, like, the only family
he has.
Yeah, so, and he's all the way out in Seattle, which is very...
Deep.
It's
Boston.
Deep.
It's like coast to coast, guys.
And that's also what makes the game so great, is that
the stakes and
how far everything is. Like, you know, that it's based off of an entire road trip basically that these two guys go on, and now these characters are gonna start bonding, and you're gonna start to see how Joel and Ellie kind of coalesce and kind of have a sort of balance with each other.
And think about that, right? Like,
good morning.
I didn't even mean to press that.
Shout out Soups. So, like, I've never done a cross country road trip.
Yeah.
But for those who have, this is even worse than that.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a car. You're walking from coast to coast.
Bro,
and not just walking. You're surviving. You're running. You're not staying at hotels. You're running from zombies who want to eat your face, and also psychos who want to kill you and sell you into slavery.
Bro,
and shit like
that's crazy that the dude mentioned that.
Bro, I know.
He said there's raiders, there's slavers.
Dude, I'm so interested to see how many people we get introduced to.
Yeah, because in the games we kind of only really get, you know, without really going into spoilers, we get obviously Fedra, which is, you know, the
army basically,
the army, the military that's occupying, you know, major cities across the world, or across America at least, that we know of.
Right. Ooh.
And then you have the Fireflies.
Yeah.
And then you have that cult from part 2. That's about it that we know of.
Well, the wolves too.
Oh yeah, and then you also have the wolves. 2. Yeah. So it's kind of weird. Like we don't really have a sense of who the good guys are either. But the show is kind of taking a different kind of turn with that, especially with Marlene. And we see now that the Fireflies aren't being painted as they sort of were initially in the game. But I'm very interested to see.
How were they painted in the game originally?
Originally, they were painted as the good guys.
Yeah, that's
from the start, from jump.
That's what I remember.
So here it does still seem kind of great.
Yeah, I think now they're kind of just leaning into the fact of like where it's like. It's hard to. I'm trying to think of like.
I know without like spoiling it.
So, I think they're just saying nobody's really. It's all
gray.
It's all gray.
It's all gray. Yeah.
Like it's all like understandable goals for the most part,
Yeah.
but then it's just like, you know what? You know, you gotta pick a side.
Even with the federal officer.
Even
like
with him.
I get it.
It sucks.
It's
horrible.
It's a terrible situation to be in.
But it's like, listen, guy, and it's like, well, guys, wait, you would kill a kid? No, I'm not saying we'd kill a kid. I'm just saying, guys, think about it. This is all madness going on in this fucking town. Just literally a plane crashed into the street, which is crazy.
Into the middle of the street, bro.
Wild
that
shit.
That shit was fucking crazy.
And like you see these two people, one of them is injured. You don't know how much. You don't know how this thing is spreading. You don't know. If this person gets out, they can get you infected. They can get, which in turn makes your family infected. It's literally like it's not even a threat to your own life. It's a threat to your family's lives, their family's lives.
Yeah.
Like, and it just goes. It's just that's what it is. It's a virus.
It's constant high stakes. Everything.
Literally, especially back then, because you don't know that much about it. So it's like, fuck. You know, what am I supposed to do here?
And now 20 years later,
you get an order to do it. You're like, man, this is gonna. And you could tell it wasn't something that he was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And I like that they added that little detail in, and that's like in the game.
In the game, he didn't even apologize. He was just like. He was just more hesitant. That's all.
He was hesitant. You saw it. It was a visible hesitation.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. You know, like I like that adds humanity even to the person you're like, man, you killed Sarah. You're a fucking asshole. You know, whatever. But it adds that level of humanity. That's writing, bro. That's writing. That's attention to detail.
And that's incredible that Neil Druckmann is able to still translate that from a video game screenplay to TV.
Shout out Neil, man. We'll love to have you in the pod. Reach out.
Yeah, for sure. Come through and chill. Is there something from the show that you think you wish they had in the game?
That's a good question.
Would you have liked to spend more time in the panic of the outbreak?
That would be sick. Where you're in control, kind of.
Yeah, like kind of like you know, in between the madness, kind of like post Sarah dying, like what happens next?
Ooh.
Like that would have been.
I think that would be interesting, but I think also, that's just a perfect cutoff point.
It is. It really is.
It's just like a chef's kiss cutoff point because it's just like you're like, and then it goes 20 years later, and you're like.
Bro, yeah. Like, I'm still processing this, and now you're advancing 20 years.
20 years later, what the fuck is going on? It's the perfect cutoff moment.
Yeah.
I do think in the madness before that, where you can kind of expand it a little bit, that would have been kind of tough.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It's like it's hard to tell right now. I do think they're going to do something. I can't say because, okay.
This is a lot more difficult to talk about than I imagined.
I know, right? They're gonna not do the thing that you think is coming next in the next episode. I think they're gonna expand that thing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna spend a lot more time with Bill than we think.
Yes.
Yeah, I think because guys, so coming forward in the show, we're gonna be introduced to a character and his partner, who are also in the game, Bill and Frank. And it's.
I'm not talking about them, but go
ahead. Okay. Well, I'm talking about Bill and Frank.
Okay. I'm not.
Wait, who are you talking about? It's not a spoiler because if you say a name, it's not really because they don't know what they look like. It's not.
No. Come on. Could you mute the mics for a second?
All right, go.
Okay, I'm talking about what's her name? The fucking, you know how she dies.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying they might not kill her for
Really?
maybe for a little bit.
Okay.
For a little bit longer. I could see that.
Actually, you're right, because another difference in the game and the show is the in the game, it's kind of abrupt when you see Marlene the last time, and then when you see her again, like further on in the game.
Right.
So here it's kind of up in the air. Like, I don't know if we're gonna see Marlene again, like in a couple episodes or later on in the season.
So it could be. It's interesting. I mean, who knows though? I mean, they could do whatever. I mean,
fuck it. Let's spec talk. Because we can't spoil it by talking about it, but we can speculate now what might happen with the rest of the season.
Okay. So if we do, so rule of spec talk now. We have to. We cannot talk about what happened
in the
game.
Yeah, like it's not even fair.
Specs.
Yeah.
We can just make specs as if we're watching this. We don't know anything.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what we'll do for you guys.
Yeah.
Because I literally was like, I can't speak on this.
Yeah. It's a fucking spoiler regardless.
The way I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now we know, guys. Sorry about that. We won't have to meet the mics in the future. We literally.
Now I know I can do that shit.
Okay, so now let's talk about Ellie. I think she smoked it. First scene.
Bella Ramsey.
Just kicking it right across
Lady
the
Mormont
tray.
out here. Like,
just, the attitude, the kind of, and also she has that moment of like switching where she can, it's like instant. Like she's in the scene and she's laughing or like making us laugh to, oh shit.
Yeah.
To like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
A serious thing that's very, very good.
Yeah.
And she smoked it. And also so did
Pedro Pascal.
Well, yeah, of course. That goes without saying. The my fucking god, these names. I'm so bad with names, guys.
Who? Describe.
Firefly.
Oh, Marlene?
Marlene, yes.
Yeah.
She smoked it too.
Merle Dandridge, who freaking
crazy
revealed that she auditioned for Marlene in the video game.
That's crazy. They smoked it, man.
Yo, 360 all comes full circle, bro.
Man, it's just so good. I mean, like that first episode was an hour and a half. It felt like it was.
It felt like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
bro.
It felt like an hour to 45 minutes to an hour, and it was an hour and a half. Like fire shit.
But I do think that they're gonna go a different route with Ellie in terms of her, because clearly, guys, if you couldn't tell in the show, clearly she has some sort of immunity to this virus because the scar on her arm.
They said it.
Clearly indicates that she is immune to this,
and no one lasts like more than a few days,
or a few hours. Like
and she's lasted weeks.
It's
3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks old at that point, since her bite, and we get a mention of Riley, who is also an important character in the game as well, and in Ellie's arc, who really becomes part of Ellie's character development as well, moving forward in the game, in a really great flashback in the DLC that came out for the first game, that I actually played first in preparation to watch this first episode of the season.
Yeah.
Yo, this is something special because the show's 9 episodes, by the way.
9.
We're getting 9. And you know what other show is also 9 episodes? Watchmen. And guys, I don't know if you know, but Watchmen is, I feel,
one of the best shows of all time.
I'd argue it down as the best comic book adaptation brought to TV ever. Argue your mom. So
yeah,
this has potential to now stand as the greatest video game adaptation ever made off of one episode. But My concerns leading into this show were how much Neil Druckmann's involvement would be allowed with this, considering HBO, I'm pretty sure, spent a pretty penny on this because the production quality here. Mark, come on, bro. Where was the green screen? Let me know.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me know, bro.
I truly don't.
Where was it?
It was lit.
I couldn't find it.
I couldn't either. It was fire.
There wasn't a moment in the show where we looked at each other and we're like, clean it up.
Yeah.
Like there was no clean it up moment. There was no moment of
all the moments we had was like, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's a great shot. Yeah. That's fire.
This is clearly something that is being handled with TLC, as we say, tender loving care.
Yep.
And
as it should be.
HBO, thank you for allowing the creators to create here, man. Like Neil Druckmann, clearly his vision is being actualized here. Him and Craig Mazin, who's the director, seems to be wait, he only did one episode? No shot. Wow, Neil Druckmann has an episode he directed as well.
Fire. Which one?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even want to know. I don't want to look. It doesn't say. It just says he directed. Like it's like I'm looking at the full cast listing.
Okay, so then let's talk about next episode.
Sure.
Where do we think it's gonna go from here?
So from here, like I could see in the game that we're at the point in the game, we're around chapter 3 in the game where we're headed towards Pittsburgh to smuggle Ellie out of the city. Like we're trying to get from Boston out of the city, and we're gonna get introduced to now the first enemy type of the show outside of Fedra, which are the infected. You have runners. Well, you have the regular infected who just the ones that are just run after you.
Yep.
You have the clickers that have
I call the runners just normies.
Just the normies.
Like the norm, like the average zombie.
Yeah, like just run after you.
Run after you.
They just want to eat your brains. Yeah.
Like that. And then
the clickers are blind and they have heightened senses. Yeah.
Daredevil. They're basically Daredevil.
Yeah, basically,
but ugly.
And the cordyceps has evolved and grown out of their face. Yeah,
yes.
What's up?
We want the difference with the.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
Okay. Crazy.
That's a great touch. That's a great touch.
And that's another thing. You add little details. Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Like and obviously Neil Druckmann was obviously
heavily involved. Clearly. Yeah.
But like it's cool that he also. I mean, I don't know whose idea it was, whether it was his or somebody else's. But like, if it was somebody else's, I'm very happy that he wasn't like, no. It's perfect,
Yeah.
I respect the fuck out of him if it wasn't his idea and he accepted it and changed these things, like not just that, but other things.
Bro, what a nice, because that's not even in the game that we realized.
And
that's not something that's
actually kind of lit. That's actually something I do kind of wish was in the game.
Yeah, that kind of detail. That where you see the cordyceps actually like out of their mouths.
Yeah.
Feeding off
that's
of.
That's very interesting. Because at first, when we first see the old lady pulling her head back from the.
I thought that was hair.
That's what I thought. I was like, is that hair? I was like, damn, she was munching.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, is it
munching?
moving? I was like, what the fuck? She was munching.
That was sus.
Yo, she was though. Like, and I was like, I did think it was hair.
That's a really nice touch.
So I really did enjoy that. And I think that was something that I kind of would be cool in the game, but obviously the game's still goated. So
yeah, the game, this is something special because now you know that going forward, that Joel and Tess are clearly gifted at what they do, because Marlene even states it like. Mm-hmm. You two are like the best suited for this kind of job right now.
She's like, I know y'all are nice.
Yeah. And now we know that it's confirmed that Joel is a smuggler. That's where he makes his money on the side, and clearly he's been kind of gearing up to. I think he initially always wanted to meet up with Tommy, bro.
Yeah.
Because why else would why else would he be making all this money on the side?
Like, why would he be working so hard?
Exactly. Yeah. So like now that kind of makes me think of in the game if that was also something maybe he thought of doing.
Are they sure? Are we sure they didn't mention that?
No, because in the game we know that him and Tommy fell off hard.
Oh right. Well, I mean,
because of ideologies. Yeah, because Tommy wanted to join the Fireflies. Joel wasn't with that shit.
Yeah, and he said, "You turned my brother against me."
Exactly. So clearly, he has some sort of disdain for the Fireflies. He already feels a way about them. And oh
man, we gotta be careful when we talk about this, especially with everybody else, with Bremen Jr. and Eunice.
Shit, man.
This is good. This is good that we actually ended up doing this by ourselves.
Yeah.
We
Holy
got to
shit, man.
We gotta tone it down.
This is like the first time that me and you are equally maesters on a subject.
We gotta tone it down for when we do reactions, like the mid-season and finale. We have to we can't at random parts be like, yeah. Yo.
No, we just gotta be like Eunice every time, like
we just so shout out Eunice. I guess.
He went to see the fucking premiere for this, bro.
Yeah, shout out to him, bro.
Yeah, like the least deserving to watch something like this first before us.
I do kind of want to go into
Oh, you want to do the fan reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. You gonna read off the first one?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, go ahead.
All right, ready? So this is see, the thing is, this is just rotten. Hold on, let me see if I can. There we go. Okay, I got the stars now.
Wait, there's no user reviews yet on IMDb.
Oh no, I'm talking about Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
So this is out of 5 instead of out of 10. 2 out of 5. It's a passable take on the story.
2 out of 5.
At least it makes me want to play the game again. Passable. It's passable.
I guess.
Dude, he just had that shoulder shrug.
Nah.
The first 16 minutes, very good. The last hour, awfully boring. Basically, as soon as the daughter died.
Okay.
He got bored.
Are you okay? So all right. So you think in the game if you experience it the same way you're gonna be bored?
Dumbass. Let's see if something else here. It's hard to find one. I'm not gonna lie.
That's interesting, yeah. Especially considering IMDb's
2.5. This guy wanted to be very precise. 2.5 stars out of 5. This was not as bad as I thought it would be. The casting is subpar, and I can't help but feel that things were rushed. Production is very good. However, the acting is production is very good, however, and the acting is adequate.
Wait, so he felt things were rushed and it was a 90-minute season premiere.
Rushed.
Okay.
And also, God, did you miss that thing about the casting being subpar?
Yeah, subpar. You have Pedro Pascal, fucking Bella Ramsey, fucking Gabriel Luna. This is a solid ass cast, bro. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Fucking high, but that's really it. Nothing too. Some brain dead comments, but overall, you guys kept your brains. Good. There's one critic one. The actual critic.
Oh, an official critic. Okay. Oh, let's see.
This
what
guy
has
a
to
profile
say.
picture. Barry Hertz. As hard as The Last of Us tries to convince its audience, and perhaps itself, that it can borrow from and elevate the zombie thriller, it is unable to deliver something genuinely new.
Oh, this guy's hilarious.
Because in all the other zombie thrillers, they have the cure in a person.
I don't think you can name anything zombie related.
You can't.
That is as I say Walking Dead comes near second to this because of its source material, how great it is.
Yes.
But unfortunately the show doesn't live up to it, bro. This is the first time the source material and the adaptation is evenly matched or seems to be so far evenly matched just with 90 minutes of content out. So I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna be too critical moving forward about this. I'm gonna keep an open mind here, and I hope that Neil Druckmann stays on moving forward. I hope that everybody involved with the show, the entire cast and crew, stay on because it seems like they know what they're doing, man. And Hollywood, this is how you get it done. you let the creative get involved. You let everybody do their job, and the product for the majority.
Yeah,
should work.
I would love to have him on the pod, bro. I would love to hear how this was for him.
Yeah, because because this is obviously this is not easy, bro. Like to translate something, like remember you're taking a narrative experience that you control, and now just changing it to completely, like, you're cutting camera angles, you're having script of dialogue that's extended. That's not a quick time event.
Totally new things that you have to add in that also play a part into the overall story.
You're spreading over like over 10 hours of gameplay into now 9 hours of story.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, over 9 hours because this is an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But I would love to have him on and ask him so many fucking questions. I just think, guys, I think we're in for a real treat, man. I mean, like, after the episode, guys, we were like, I can't wait to talk about this.
Yeah.
And this whole week, I was looking forward to this.
I was genuinely looking forward to
I could not wait, man. Like, this is like why these shows, you have to really appreciate it. Like,
no, honestly. That's why I'm glad that we're kind of easing into it and not spoiling everything all at once.
Because it's like, guys, we don't get shows like this all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And like, I know this sounds so like, okay, Mark, you're hyping it up crazily.
No.
I'm really not. Like, it's fucking great. This first episode was fantastic. And we need to just absorb this moment. Because we don't get shows like this all the fucking time.
So tier level grade.
HBO.
Tier level grade for the first episode of this season. Season Wavy.
No question about it. It sets the stakes. It does everything you need a pilot episode to do, and then some. It gives you emotion. Like you're on the verge of tears in the first episode.
I was welling up for sure when Sarah passed, and and I also commend The Last of Us for being the first video game to make me tear up. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a rage quit.
Yeah,
like that, like. I remember playing my PlayStation 3, sitting in my living room going, yo, like, what? Mm-hmm. What is happening right now? Like I'm 5 minutes into this game and I'm crying. Like, what is happening right now? Like, this is a completely different narrative experience that you don't get off of a game, off of any kind of medium, and it's very special when something does that. And I think that's what elevates the experience in watching the show. And would completely elevate the experience I'm experiencing the show moving forward for these next 8 episodes. Mark, anything else?
It's gonna be fucking dope. And I cannot wait for Sunday. HBO, you've done it again.
Yo, Sundays are lit again, bro.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Me to HBO, bro.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
And the season for sure is going to be very...
Guys,
we got a glimpse of a bloater.
Prepare yourselves.
Got a glimpse of a bloater, bro. Like, it's going to get crazy. And I love that, all the world building, like you said, that the show did. Mm-hmm. We now know that Fedra is obviously the military power. You can't fuck with them. Fireflies are the resistance or the rebellion that have been rebelling for the past 20 years but have gone nowhere. As Marlene says, which is a nice touch that you didn't really get a sense of in the game, because in the game they're kind of like, oh, the Fireflies are here, like, chill and stuff. Like, everybody's kind of worried and stuff. So I love how the Fireflies are like the ones that are down bad, and Ellie is the one W that they kind of achieved.
Yeah, and they're like, wait, we can just end the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, we could just end this whole thing. We could stop the fighting for once and for all.
And then we could, once the cure gets out, we just bomb all these places that have.
Yeah.
And then we just start over.
Yeah, and I love that so far that's the bar right now. We're trying to reach equilibrium on Earth again.
Yeah.
And this girl has the cure, supposedly, allegedly, maybe.
Allegedly, maybe.
We don't know, guys. Play the game if you want to find out, or listen to our Last of Us part 2 pod that is like episode 70 something.
Yeah, 70 something. But you have to obviously
that we did a couple
to understand it. So.
And it's crazy because we did that episode during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we were talking about
I was in Florida. That was
crazy, right?
I was at my parents' house in Florida.
We that was a game that came out during the pandemic about a pandemic that happened. Yeah. And now we're here talking about it again, still kind of in the pandemic. What timeline is it, bro?
I know. I don't know.
But yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, man. Like this is a really difficult show for us to talk about. But you know, I can totally spoil it right now. Joel.